Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Libra energy, the Justice card, also called Adjustment. You're somebody with a lot of discernment right now, okay? Now, this is a bonus reading for you. I hope you watched your last reading. This is the ability for you to make the difficult choices in life. You're able to really understand the truth about yourself and about your life and about what you need to do. You're not making choices because they are easy. You're making choices because they are the right choices, okay? You're able to distinguish truth from lies and kind of like, you know, a certainty from a delusion, you know? I think that you're able to weigh the elements of your life. You know, in real time, you're able to make those decisions about what is important to you and which path you should take and where you're being kind of nudged by the universe. Okay? This card is all about choices. You know, most of the cards are, to be honest with you, about how you're making choices, why you're making the choices. Okay? This is about you giving, this is about you evaluating things, assigning value to the different things in your life. Okay? And your ability to kind of select based on that value. Okay? You're choosing between two different things. You know one of them is better for you, either in terms of your physical health or your finances or your mental, emotional life or your creative life, your spiritual work. In every kind of instance, there's a kind of a right path and there's a wrong path. Okay? And I think you're able to take the right path. I think that you have tapped into some sort of like true self, higher self, or authentic self energy. And it is that authentic self that is guiding your choices right now. Let's see what's going on with this card, okay? We have the Courage, the Lust or Strength card. We have the Death card. We have the High Priestess card, the Tower card, and the, oh my goodness, and the Two of Cups, the Love card, right? A lot of major arcana energies. Holy smokes, that's a lot. That is a lot of majors, okay? Over here we have a Queen of Swords. We have a Hermit. We have a Prince of Wands and a Princess of Swords. So we have, you know, a decent amount of court cards here. 1, 2, 3 court cards. So to me, it's enough to make me wonder, like, okay, who are the other people in your life, and are you going to start really connecting with them? I feel like that's kind of the message that's going on here. I think Spirit's trying to surround you with a more calm and gentle guidance than what you're used to. I think that when we take this Courage and this Tower, this is like really big things have been happening, a lot of intensity, okay? Maybe a lot of changes happening all at once. Spirit's trying to sort of cradle you with this calm and gentle guidance. This is very rapid change. This is like slow and steady, okay? I think that right now, kindness is a big seed that you're going to try to plant in your life right now. I think you're making choices that are going to lead you toward more love, right? That your choices now are going to bloom into love, yeah. And I think rest is going to restore your inner strength, okay? And that quiet confidence of this of the lust card or the strength card, right? Rest is going to be a big one. I think that your connection to spirit has been guiding you through a lot of challenges. I think love and support are on the horizon for you. This is what you need to step into. Okay, Spirit's saying that peace right now, love is going to open the door to more abundance. I think a lot of things are unfolding in your life in ways that you can't imagine. You're being told to trust the process. Okay, progress is coming step by step. Feels like your best life is really awakening right now, but I feel like we need a little bit of that balance. I think slow and steady, peaceful, stepping into love and support, leaning on your people, making sure that you focus on those relationships. You're choosing love, you're choosing kindness, you're choosing joy, and you're choosing rest as a way to restore your sort of your battle strength. Okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comment section down beneath the video. Now, as we look around the room, we got some extra volunteers. We got a Knight of Wands rushing into battle, right? This is really an impulsive energy. This is a momentum that just does not want to stop, right? And of course, we have the Eight of Cups too, which to me is the Hermit walking away from something, okay? The Eight of Cups is a very, this kind of ties back into the old reading as well, the last reading that we did for you, as does our adjustment card, okay? And I think that you have this very like gung-ho attitude. I think it's important that you return to the people in your life that are there to support you. I think it's very critical right now that we strengthen the bonds, because the love that you have in your life, or the love that you will have, the love that you need, is going to be the love that's going to energize you and empower you and keep you going on this path. It's going to be the love that sustains you. Okay, love and support are going to be the catalyst for you to keep going here. We have this cruise control card in the position of the obstacle, so I think that some of the rapid changes that you're experiencing might be wearing you a little bit thin. So this might be a moment. Not a retreat, it's not a surrender, it's not a giving up, it's just kind of going inside and taking some refreshment. You know, going inside and resting and being with your people and getting a good night's sleep, drinking some water, you know, bonding with your people and then getting back out there and continuing the fight. Okay, so we have anyway, major arcana cards, a lot of majors. On top of that, we have fire, we've got water, and we've got air, okay? And we got more water and more fire here. What we don't have is the earth energy, okay? So I think that really, a couple reasons why there's no earth energy. One, it doesn't matter what you're doing, because you're doing it for the right reasons. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters how and why, okay? And I think that you're doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it because it is your destiny and your personal fulfillment. I feel like you're also doing it because of the people around you, or you're doing it for the people around you, in addition to doing it for yourself, right? It's not just for you alone. Okay, it's to improve the quality of life for yourself and others. Because the court cards that we have here, now, we have another one now. So 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. There are other people involved in this with you. Whether this is a family, this is at work, this is at school, it doesn't really matter. The Hermit is suggesting that you aren't always so connected with the people in your life. Okay. And you need to kind of open the door to these other people. Okay. Return. You've been on this quest for a while, right? The hermit we see with the 8 of Cups. The hermit is walking away off trail, going to have their quest. You got to return to the cups. Okay. Return to the water energy. Go home. Be with your friends. Be with your family. Okay. Surround yourself with calm, gentle waters. You've been through a battle already. And this isn't a retreat. This isn't you like, retreating or running away from the dark, scary forest. No, it's just about you re-energizing yourself and getting that kind of, getting the encouragement from the people around you. Okay? I think you're making that choice right now. The lust or strength card, this is your courage. You're making the choice to sort of be courageous here. And you're going through a lot of personal changes, and your life is going through a lot of changes on the outside. You know, it's a lot. You get the Death card and the Tower card. It's a lot of changes all at once. Probably feels like chaos. Okay? And your courage and your strength here just needs replenishment. It's time to feed the lion. It's time to let the lion just relax and drink some water and take a nap, because then it's going to have to get back up and be strong again. Okay? So going into this love energy, and I think that Spirit is sort of directing you that way, it isn't a sign of weakness. It's really a sign of true strength and confidence. Okay? You have a double Leo energy here too, as well. The Lust card is Leo, and the Prince of Wands is Leo. So I'd watch the Leo reading if I were you. Your energy is not, your strength is not infinite. Okay? Your strength is not infinite. So it seems as if there's a restoration that's being called for now. Yeah, stepping into this love. This is the oasis. This is like you're running a marathon, and this is that nice, lovely person that's standing at some point of the race with a glass of water for you as you run by, saying, "Here, drink some water." This is the oasis in a battlefield. This is the one little garden in a vast desert. This is that little spring of fresh water. So this is where you're being instructed to go next, and you're trusting in Spirit. The High Priestess behind you, showing you the way, letting you know that you're still on your path to your best life. Just like the last reading, we said that your best life is unfolding, and this is the year where that is all happening, okay? And it's still happening. What you're being reminded of is that sometimes you need to replenish your energy. It's like when you're driving through the desert, you see a gas station, you go get gas and get some water. You say, "Oh, I don't need any gas. I still got half a tank. I don't need any water. I still got a jug of water in the back." You stop anyway, don't you? Because you don't know if the car is going to break down. You don't know how far it is to the next gas station. I don't know if you've ever driven through the desert, but you stop wherever you can stop and you resupply, even if you don't need it, okay? Even if you don't think you need it. So allow Spirit to guide you. Spirit is trying to guide you with this calm, gentle guidance that you're choosing love and kindness and compassion and joy and rest and healing and support, and that's going to be what will sustain you so that you can continue doing the difficult work of transformation that you've been doing. It's kind of time to, maybe you're stopping in a motel for the night and you're going to order some Chinese food and you're going to relax. You're going to watch some TV and you're just going to chill, okay? Because the High Priestess is always going to lead you to your best life. Always. It's that intuition. She may be trying to push you into the oasis and you're saying, no, I've got to stay on the road. And that could be why your cruise control is the biggest obstacle, because it's like once you pick up speed and you got your momentum going, it's very hard to slow down again. You know, I've been on long distance drives before. I used to drive for a living. And when I moved out here from California, 1,000 miles or so, when you're on the highway, and you're really making good time, and like the traffic's good, and you're just cruising, you're in the zone, and it's like, you don't really want to have to stop. It's like, yeah, I could stop and use the bathroom and get something to eat and stretch my legs and stuff, but gosh, I'm making such good time now, you know? And it's almost like you don't want to stop. Even when you know you need to, you don't want to. So it's important that you kind of trust in that message right now and take advantage of those relationships and that opportunity that you have to take a rest. Okay, that opportunity that you have to just like connect with somebody or spread a little bit of love, a little bit of kindness around, and to take some of that, to allow that to fill your cup. Okay, somebody's walking around, you know, it's like the server's walking around with the ice water. And even if you don't really want ice water, you're saying, yeah, let me have some just in case. Because I think maybe I will be thirsty. You're probably more thirsty than you realize. Like I tell my daughter too, when she's doing her jujitsu. Because lately she's been doing jujitsu. She's 5. And the coach will say, okay, everybody get water. And she's like, I don't need water. And he's like, okay, well then tie your belt or something, you know. And all the other kids go and get water. So I'll call her. I say, come here, babe, come over here. And I tell her, anytime you have an opportunity to hydrate, take it. She's like, why? But I'm not thirsty. I'm like, you don't know when you're going to get another break. And she said, oh, okay. So she drinks water now every time, if it's just a sip or two. Okay? Because she might say, oh, I'm not thirsty. Then 5 minutes later, she'll be like, I'm thirsty. You know? So anytime, it's kind of like that with the bathroom too, I'll tell you. Anytime you have an opportunity to either take in more water or get rid of some, take the opportunity. Even if you don't have to. Even if you feel like you don't need to. And that's what Spirit's saying to you now. Just to rest, just to take that time, okay? With the Tower card up here, there's been a lot of activity. I think your life is really being shaken. And I don't know exactly what you're doing, but it feels like there's a lot of things going on. This is very rapid change. This is like overnight change kind of stuff. This is a lot of exclamation points. I don't feel like it's just one tower moment. I feel like there's just like bang, tower over here, bang, tower over here. It's a lot. I think these are good towers. I think these are really like a lot of moves you're making, a lot of progress, a lot of busyness, a lot of activity. Okay, you're making a lot of progress here. It's important that you sustain your energy and that you realize it may seem like it's a sprint, that you're sprinting from one tower moment to the next, but Spirit's trying to remind you that, hey, this is a long-term journey. Okay, you don't have to try to get there in the next day or two. You've got months, right, to make this trip. So use your time. Trust in the process. It goes step by step, day by day. By going too hard and going too intensely, you're going to burn out too quickly. You're going to run out of gas too fast. Okay? Intensity is not always the name of the game. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race, right? Because if you go 110% effort every day for a whole week, and then you burn yourself out, well, you're done. Whereas if you go 70, 80% intensity every single day, you're going to be able to do that for longer. So in essence, you're going to cover more ground by taking breaks. You're going to get there faster when you take it slow. You know what I mean? Because slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So I think you're understanding now that your balance, your equilibrium, is not just balls to the wall fire. Your strength is your ability to know when to rest, know when to stop striving. Everybody thinks, oh, strength is, I can just keep going all day, all night, 24/7, 365, intense effort, because that's proving how strong I am. No, not really. Your strength is your ability to know when you need to hydrate, you need to rest, you need to take a day off, you need to take a nap. You need to just lounge, you need to restore your inner strength. Maintain your equilibrium by resting and running forward, running and resting. Okay? By intense workouts and then you take a rest day, or you do some light exercise, okay? And I think that's what you're doing. You're trusting in all of this. Because you have this high priestess, and I think that you believe in this divine guidance. You're allowing yourself to be guided. And I think your guidance system, your intuition is telling you that you need to restore the balance, that you've been pushing yourself too hard and you need rest. Okay, so Spirit's trying to surround you with this slow, stable, replenishing, refreshing energy because you've been in the battle. You've been pushing yourself very, very hard. Okay, and the Knight of Wands is, to me, it feels like when you take this rest, okay, when you come in for the night and you connect with your people, okay, and you take the restoration and the replenishment, you're going to be energized to leap right back into action. You're going to be right back up to your cruising speed in no time. No time is being lost here. Certainly no time is being wasted. Okay. And when this love and this support appears in your life, you want to take advantage of it. You don't have to reject it because you think you're being strong. You can say, yeah, I need a hug. Yeah, I need to hang out with you. I need that support. I need the encouragement. Love and support are going to appear for you. And you're being guided and nudged by your intuition to claim it, to accept it. Okay? To ease into it and relax into it. And this kind of love is going to help you to open the doors of your abundance. Now, I want you to claim this reading. I want you to say yes. I want you to say yes to rest. I want you to say yes to love. I want you to say, I'm drinking some water, okay? On the path of the serpent, I want you to subscribe to the channel too. On the path of the serpent, you have the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who is trying to be very objective, okay? Try not to be so caught up in the emotions. And I feel like this is even somebody who says the emotions aren't important. You know, like maybe that's kind of something that you were taught, you know, throughout your life, that emotion is a sign of weakness. Well, of course, that's a strength card, shadow side, right? This is somebody who is just so strong that they're not in touch with their emotions anymore. That's not strength, okay? That's avoidance, maybe. So you may be avoiding the fact that you really are thirsty and have to use the bathroom. But you feel like you're being strong by ignoring that or pushing it aside or denying that. No, I'm not thirsty. That's not strength. Okay, that's avoidance. Avoiding your own emotional needs. Or physical needs too, maybe. Right? But that's the so-called objectivity of this card. Now, this card has its shadow. And that shadow is you're distancing yourself from your emotions. You're not feeling how you feel. You're so high up in the sky that you're not even in touch with your body anymore. Okay? So this might be about your physical needs. The physical requirement that you have for sleep and rest and for hydration. Okay? So far, so distant from that physical grounding. And the Hermit, well, that's a confirmation as well, because that's part of the Hermit's shadow side. Isolation. Cutting yourself off from your emotions. Well, look, that's even further illustrated by the Eight of Cups that volunteered out of the pack. You're walking away from how you feel. You're walking away from the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups. You're not admitting what it is that you're lacking, and you're not asking for what you need. Okay, you're walking away from the emotional reality, from your needs. And the Hermit, again, kind of like, because we're being strong, because we're being bold and brave, and we're out here manifesting our reality, right? We're out here fighting the good fight. It's sort of, it's cutting you off from other people. It's cutting you off from your body, from your emotional and physical needs, as well as from, your, the bonds with your people. So isolating yourself from others and from yourself too. And that's why the Two of Cups, love, is at the very center of the tarot table today. Okay? This is the center of the path. This is exactly what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit is nudging you to make choices that move you into a state of love, a state of loving support and connection and rest and healing and health and all that good stuff. What's blocking you is your stubborn courage. What's blocking you is your so-called strength, okay? And so it's important that you realize that strength is knowing when to rest, knowing when to take that day off, etc. Okay, and the Hermit is kind of learning that lesson too. The Hermit's out here kind of walking through the desert, right? That's what the Hermit does. It goes its own way, goes off trail, walks into the dark, scary forest. This is what the Hermit's doing in the Eight of Cups too. That's the Hermit right there. And that dark, scary forest is very important if you watch the last reading. You're in that dark, scary forest. Sometimes it's good to find a little log cabin, you know, that you can just kind of go and knock on the door and say, hey, can I get a glass of water? Can I rest here for the night? You know. And it may be just automatically, it may be isolating in that dark, scary forest. It's important for you to rely on those connections that you can find and to make those connections and to like plant those seeds of love, you know, and to strive to connect with, make those choices that will connect you with other people and with yourself and will restore your energy. And of course, the Prince of Wands in that position of our obstacle is the difficulty slowing down. Once you have your momentum, it's annoying to then say, oh, we got to go to the gas station now. I got to make a pit stop. Oh, great. You got to slow the car down. You got to get off the freeway. You got to go. You got to park. It's like it takes like a whole half an hour or something, right? And then it burns more gas because then you got to start from zero. You got to get back on the freeway. You got to come up to speed, and then you hit the cruise control again, and you're back to where you were. So it seems like it's a lot of work. It's kind of annoying, right? But without that, there's no way that you'd be able to sustain yourself on this journey. Your car would run out of gas, you'd fall asleep at the wheel, that's bad, right? So the Princess of Swords here, to me feels like you're allowing yourself some other opinions, you know? You're allowing yourself to express your needs, yeah. That you're trying to overcome your own pride, really, because this is someone that is kind of admitting that they don't have all the answers. This is someone who's admitting that they don't have everything that they need. Okay, and maybe when you started out on this journey, now I want to reference the first reading again too, the one we just did for you, because you had that Knight of Pentacles, right? I'm pretty sure. And so that was like you have everything you need to set out on this journey. I'm pretty sure you had the Knight of Pentacles. But the idea is that you may start out with everything that you need, but you're going to have to resupply at some point. So this is that kind of humbleness, the willingness to admit that, yeah, I need something else. I don't have everything. I don't know everything. I can't do everything by myself. I need help. I need something. I need love. This is your willingness to sort of ask for that, to reach out and, and to establish that, to initiate that kind of healing and rest and to overcome your pride and speak up. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Probably 10 of Pentacles, right? I feel like it's going to be another card of like progress. It's going to be maybe a 9 of Pentacles, showing like you're back on the road after all of this. It might be something very luxurious, like a 4 or a 6 of Cups. It might be an Empress energy. If you have a prediction, I want you to put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. 3 of Swords. you don't want to pretend that you don't have feelings or needs. So this, again, kind of represents the shadow qualities that we've been talking about with some of these other cards, especially with your logical mind trying to deny the heart what it needs. I don't need love. I don't need rest. I don't need water. I'm not thirsty. I'm not tired. And that, to me, feels like it's something that you were taught equates to strength. Very often the Three of Swords is the card of complexes, right? Something from long ago that we learned that's still activated in our life now. So where along the way were you taught that emotions equaled weakness, or admitting you have needs is somehow a sign of like a lack of strength? Okay? Don't let your mind kill your heart here. Don't let it, try to overrule what the heart is saying it wants or needs. Okay, it's like you've got to use the bathroom, and your mind saying, no, I don't. I'm going to keep driving. I don't have to. I'm not thirsty. Okay. So I feel like you really need that kind of support. You need that connection. You need that partnership. You need the encouragement from your friend or your family members or whatever it is. You've got to step into that oasis. And I think that you don't want to just like watch that gas station go by and then a couple miles down the road you're thinking, I wish I would have stopped. Because then what, you're going to turn around and go back? Or you're going to just keep driving and say, well, there's got to be another one here somewhere, right? So take advantage of those opportunities when you find them in your life right now, to connect with people and to get the little extra rest, to sleep in, to hydrate, all this stuff. Okay? Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner here. There's a link in the video description. New readings for Pisces Tuesdays and Fridays. This was a bonus reading. Spirit's way of kind of saying, hey, take a day off. Do some self-care. Yeah. Be sure to watch both of your other readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.